Hey, what is up, you guys? This is Justin, and before I do get started, I wanted to thank you guys for making me a part of your day. This video, I'm going to be talking a little bit about the Kirkland Signature 3-piece golf ball. On my channel, the most viewed video that I have is about the Kirkland 4-piece golf ball. So if you want to check that review out, I talk extensively about, and this was a long time when it first came out, I talk extensively about the Kirkland 4-piece signature golf ball. It's a really good ball. In short, it's for most people, it's going to be between a Pro V1 and a Pro V1X. The concerns about it was just the durability and the availability. So I'm fortunate enough to have, a lot. I have a ton of these golf balls because I bought them all when they came out. So I have dozens and dozens of them. I sold some of them. I had a bunch before, and I kind of sold them when they were kind of hot and they had, a really high premium. They are a four-piece ball, but it's basically in between a Pro V1 and a Pro V1X. And we're going to talk about the Kirkland 3-piece, the signature 3-piece golf ball. And I wrote some things down, but I just realized, and it's right there. All right. So on these are made in China. The original 4-piece is made in Korea. A lot of people have different quality control, anecdotal experience about that, but I will tell you exactly my experience with this golf ball right here. Okay, I played 9 holes with this golf ball, and I'll tell you a little bit about spin and all these things. So I'll give you a better look at it. All right, so there's the golf ball right there. As you can see, it has the performance line. What you may notice is that it's a little bit shiny. So I don't like shiny. Shiny is a bit off-putting to me, but that's not really that big of a deal. So we'll talk a little bit about my experiences with it. All right, so we'll talk about the availability, kind of the objective specs. So the Kirkland Signature 3-piece urethane golf ball is available right now on Costco.com. It's available at the Costco website. Kirkland, if you don't know anything about Costco, Kirkland and Costco are the exact. These are readily available. It's $23.99 plus tax. And it's for 2 of these, so you get 24 golf balls for $24 plus tax. It's a little bit over $1 a golf ball. We'll talk a little bit about driver spin and things of that nature. All right, so off the driver, relatively to the balls that I play, I have probably 100-mile-an-hour swing speed and probably get good compression of the ball. Compared to the other golf balls I played, it almost seems like it goes a touch farther, just a tiny bit. Not noticeable. Not something that would make me want to change a golf ball, but it does go noticeably farther. So you got to take that in consideration, though. When I say noticeably farther, it's going to be between 1 and 5 yards. Okay, it's not going to be gains of 20 or 30 yards. Okay, so in terms of my driver, I'm pretty much maxed out. Like I can't hit a ball any farther than I can hit it. In terms of my launch and spin conditions, I'm pretty maximized and optimized with that. So it does go farther. And it makes it's kind of a harder sound. All right, so off the driver, relatively compared. So most everybody has played a Pro V1. So if you want to, all of my comparisons are going to be off of a Pro V1, particularly a Pro V1X, because I used to play that ball exclusively. Off the driver, I found that there's less spin. I found that it goes farther, and I found that it launches very small, minimally lower than a Pro V1X. All right, so less spin off the driver. So inevitably it's going to go a little bit farther, very small farther. So off the driver, I was very satisfied. I liked the performance of that. I liked everything about it. And the driver performance was fine. So spin and launch on the mid irons was pretty much the same. Other than that, the sound was a little clacky, which if you read about these reviews online, the comparison to this ball is a Chrome Soft, but I was different. I only played 9 holes with it, and I never thought it once felt like a Chrome Soft. Either I had a decent ball striking day, so I don't think it was because of that. But during that time, it just felt clacky. But here's another reason why I might have thought it was a little bit harder than normal. When I showed you guys in the preview, so when I showed you this, I don't know if you guys saw it. All right. So the finish on the Kirkland. On the Kirkland signature, it was really shiny. So when I see a shiny ball, they usually do that to protect the finish, and that's going to be usually a harder ball. Okay, that doesn't necessarily mean that the ball is harder. It just has a shinier finish. If you look at Pro V1s and most premium balls, they have what's called a matte finish, so it's not as glossy. All right, that could have played an effect in what my interpretation of sound and feel were. But off the mid and long irons, other than launching minimally lower, because I'm already a low ball hitter already, it didn't really do much for me at all. right? Going into the wedges, which is what a lot of people are gonna are gonna really want to know about, I found it less spin overall than even a Schuxon XV and a Titleist Pro V1X. All right, around the chipping and putting, or chipping and pitch shots and full shots around the green, I can spin it a little bit. So I have a tendency to be able to spin it. In general, I don't want the ball to spin backwards. Right? It looks cool, but I don't want it to spin backwards. If anything, I want the ball to make 2 hops and stop, release, or just stop. I don't want the ball to check and back up. I don't want it to stop. I always want the ball to release, because it's, for a player of my caliber, it's very difficult for me to control spin, and I just wanted to, you know, I'd rather always it bounce out. So when you're shopping for a ball and you want spin, because everybody wants spin because they see it on TV, ask yourself how many times you hit it over the pin. If you don't hit it over the pin at all, you don't need spin. Right? In my experience, I couldn't get the ball to spin as much. It was noticeably less spinnier than most balls, and I had some pretty decent wedge strikes. From what I've read online, a lot of people thought it spun as much as a Chrome Soft, and I totally disagree with that. I thought it may have been a combination of other things, but in my 9-hole experience, I could not get the ball to spin. It performed fine. It felt clacky. It felt hard. It felt like the direct comparison that I can tell you about is a Z-Star or a Q-Star Tour, which is a 3-piece urethane ball. And it just basically felt like a cheap urethane. It felt like a cheap ball that was under like an NXT Tour, but a urethane cover, right? So, and once again, off the putter, strangely, it felt pretty soft. It felt pretty nice. I did not like the shininess of it. I did like the alignment marker on it, and it's a really good, I like that. But off the putter, I wasn't super turned off by the ball. I could play the ball, especially at this price point. I think for a lot of people, especially those that shop at Costco and those that go to Costco and those that are in, you know, maybe beginning golf, these are an excellent value for those players. But off the putter, it was fine. I didn't like the glossiness. I didn't like the feel, and I had a different experience than what a lot of people said online. They said that it was very soft and very spinny. I found it noticeably harder and less spinnier than the 4-piece KSIG and the Titleist Pro V1 and Pro V1X. Okay, my recommendation: I probably wouldn't play the ball even at this price point, but that's because I have availability to the KSIG. This ball on its own, okay, so the 3-piece KSIG on its own is a very good ball, okay, at that price point. The only issue that I have is that at $29.99, I have the KSIG 4-piece that is really good, and that's a really good ball. And I have Schuxon, so I have plenty of golf balls, so I probably wouldn't play this. I mean, I think I know what everybody's going to get for Father's Day and Christmas presents and birthday presents. I think this is a good ball if you're starting out. If you don't care about spin characteristics or anything like that, and you like a soft putting ball, this is really good. Like my other budget video, I said the Callaway Super Soft is very comparable to this ball. That's my recommendation. Price was 10 out of 10. Overall performance for me was like a 6.5. But, you know, your mileage may vary, but I recommend you trying them out. I mean, even at $24.99 or $23.99, it's not going to break the bank. So go try a dozen of these out and let me know what you guys think. An anecdotal story about this was that I was playing with a player that I normally play with, and he slices the ball tremendously, like really bad. I'm talking like he aims at one side of the fairway. He's actually left-handed, but he aims at one side of the fairway, slices it all the way back. I gave him a sleeve of these. He started playing them. His slice cut in half, and he was more confident the more he approached the ball. So when I said there was less spin off the driver and he was hitting it farther, he instantly gained confidence off of this, playing a slice. It reduced the spin down. It cut through the wind, and so on. So I think for those that spin maybe out of control, this is a really good option. This feels soft off the putter, and if you don't care too much about feel around the green too, or can't spin it or spin around the green, controlling your spin, then this is probably the ball for you. This is the only ball I've never been able to stop. It's really weird. I've never played a ball that was a urethane ball that I've never been able to check, and this one checked up it wouldn't check at all. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll talk to you later, all right? See you guys. Bye.